So when we go to Revelation 6, 7, we see the pale horse. So he opened the fourth seal. I heard the voice of the fourth beast, the living being is really the translation that's more appropriate. It says, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. A horse that was greenish color, or the color of a corpse, the color of death. And the name that sat on this awful pale horse, this sickly looking horse, was death and hell, or plague and pestilence, it means. And right now, how many news stories have we read the last few months about the plague going all over the world? Isn't there a state of emergency in California?
Yeah, matter of fact, they were just talking about California declaring a state of emergency for the breakout of hepatitis A. And a matter of fact, last week we were just talking that the U.S. CDC has come out saying that the U.S. is not prepared for this new season of the flu pandemic, knowing that they don't have enough vaccines available.
You know, God warned me about it several years ago, and I've been talking about the diseases that will come, and especially the swine flu and the bird flu. They're related to each other. They literally, the birds fly over the pig pens and do their thing, droppings, and then it spreads. This awful thing that happened back in 1918 when 100 million people died. And so this flu literally destroyed killed 100 million people, and they wouldn't believe it. And this is what we're hearing about in this pale horse. This fourth seal is disease from the animals. And it's right, go on, let me go on, just read it to you. And he says, I looked, and behold, a pale, greenish pale, the color of death, corpse and sickness. And his name that sat on him was Death, or Plague and Pestilences. And with him, and followed with him, and the power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth. Listen to me. 1/4 of the earth will die from disease from the animals. It says to kill 1/4. The power was given over them to kill with the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, with hunger, starvation, and with death. But that word death right there is not death in the proper form. You look it up in the Greek, and it's disease. So the death is going to come from the disease. See, I studied this in prison. I didn't even know in the prison years yet that this didn't mean that animals were going to come out like elephants going, ah, you know, whatever elephants do. I don't make good animal noises. But animals coming out to kill people. I thought, well, how in the world? We got guns. We can kill elephants. We can kill lions, tigers. How could they kill that many? The fourth part of the earth. Do you see that? Power was given unto them over a fourth part of the earth to kill. And kill also with the sword, in hunger, but death. So we're going to see a plague that's going to hit this world, all the world. And it says, and this with death, or means disease, with the beast of the earth, wild animals, animals that are not human beings, any kind of form of life there. And so when I studied this, it was like a bell rang. It was like a light went on when I realized that this fourth horse, this fourth pale horse, was literally disease from the animals. It's so clear if you'll study it and learn what God has to say.